What is up, everybody? JT Dangerous here once again. I am here to do my Money in the Bank 2019 predictions. Now, Money in the Bank this year happens this Sunday live on the WWE Network from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Now, Money in the Bank is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year other than WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the Survivor Series, and the Royal Rumble because some of the best moments have happened at this event. And this year's card is pretty damn stacked. We have 10 huge matches with 6 titles on the line and 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. So I am very excited to do my Money in the Bank predictions for you guys this year, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record coming into this year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view after our last WWE pay-per-view, which was the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania 35 at MetLife Stadium, we went 10-6. So our overall record coming in is 183, 91-1. So we're coming in super hot, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So over this video, we will continue this red hot winning ways. We're on an unprecedented 12 pay-per-view winning streak. Hopefully in this video, we make it number 13. Hopefully. Now, if you have not checked out the videos I put up on the channel this past weekend, definitely go check them out. If you haven't, as always, show your support on the channel and the videos by watching those videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, commenting your picks and your opinions in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, is a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, pick to go in if you're a huge WWE fan like myself and you're ready for this year's Money in the Bank event. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerous. Welcome to the club because this club is just too. Whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these Money in the Bank predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card, which they probably will, I'll have them in the comment sections down below, but I'm going to do the 10 matches that have already been determined. Let's start off with the first matchup. It is for the Cruiserweight Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is looking to become the next Cruiserweight Champion. He is the brother of Daivari, or Sheikh Abdul Bashir. He is Arya Daivari. And Arya Daivari is challenging the reigning and defending Cruiserweight Champion. He is the premier athlete, Tony Nese. So coming from me in this first matchup for the Cruiserweight title, I am taking the premier athlete, Tony Nese, to retain the Cruiserweight title by any means and defeat Arya Daivari. And now the next matchup. It is a WrestleMania rematch, but this time it is inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. On one side, you have the former 8-time Intercontinental Champion, the former WWE Champion, the A-lister, The Miz. And his opponent is the self-proclaimed best in the world, the son of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He is Shane McMahon. Now, their meeting at WrestleMania was okay, and the fact that we're getting this matchup again is just enough. Enough, WWE. You're trying too hard to make this something, and it's nothing. So, coming from me in this steel cage matchup, I can care less about this matchup, but I'm going to take The Miz to defeat Shane McMahon by any means. And now the next matchup. It is another WrestleMania rematch, but this is for the United States Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is looking to finally win his first United States Championship and become a Grand Slam winner. He is the former World Champion, former WWE Champion, Royal Rumble winner. He'll be accompanied by his son Dominic. He is the greatest masked wrestler in the WWE right now. He is Rey Mysterio Jr. And Rey is challenging the reigning and defending United States Champion. He is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Now, their meeting at WrestleMania was short, no pun intended, being there were so many other great matches on that card. So that match kind of got thrown by the wayside and ended short, being Rey Mysterio was dealing with a knee injury. But Rey Mysterio has another opportunity to become the U.S. champion. He earned this shot by defeating Samoa Joe a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Now, this is a big opportunity for Mysterio. I mean, his son Dominic is going to be at ringside for him. And every time Dominic is at ringside for his father, Rey finds a way to win. I mean, he was there when Rey won his first Cruiserweight title back in 2003. Dominic was there when Rey won his first world title in 2006 at WrestleMania 22. So Dominic could be Rey Mysterio's good luck charm. There is you have Samoa Joe coming in as the reigning champion. He's looking to continue his reign as the U.S. champ, and he's looking to put Rey Mysterio to sleep once again in front of his boy. So, coming from me in this WrestleMania rematch for the United States title, man, I can see WWE giving it to Rey Mysterio just to maybe get a third match between these two, but coming from me, I'm really hoping that doesn't become the case. So I'm going to take Samoa Joe to retain the United States title by any means and defeat Rey Mysterio Jr. And now the next matchup, it is a one-on-one grudge match on one side. He is looking to get his first big win in 2019, and he's looking to tell everybody to walk with Elias. And his opponent is the former Universal Champion, the man who kicked the leukemia's ass. He is the big dog himself. Roman Reigns. So coming from me in this one-on-one showdown, I'm just going to take the big dog Roman Reigns to defeat Elias by any means. And now the next matchup, it is for the WWE Championship. Starting off with the challenger. He is a former Ring of Honor World Champion. He is a former NXT World Champion. He is a former Universal World Champion. And he's looking to become the next WWE Champion. He is the prize fighter himself, Kevin Owens. And KO is challenging the reigning and defending and very first African-American WWE Champion. He is representing the New Day. He is Kofi Kingston. Now, this is going to be a fucking fantastic WWE title match. Now, starting off with Kevin Owens first. Kevin Owens has been waiting for this opportunity. This is his first WWE title opportunity since 2017, and he had to lower himself by joining the New Day just to get this shot. Now, we all know Kevin Owens doesn't play well with others. We know when it comes to tag teams, he'll stab them before they stab him. He did it with Sami Zayn in Ring of Honor and in WWE, and he did it to Jericho 2 years ago. And Kevin Owens coming out trying to be part of the New Day, being known as Big O, and it must be Showtime if you get that anime reference. But Kevin Owens made his intentions clear that he wants to be the WWE Champion. He wants to end the fairy tale dream of Kofi Kingston and become the next WWE Champion. There is the idea of Kofi Kingston coming off quite possibly the biggest win in his 11-year career, defeating Daniel Bryan to become the WWE Champion at WrestleMania 35. It was maybe the greatest moment in wrestling, and it also was more historic because he's the very first African-American WWE Champion, which speaks a hell of a lot of volumes. And this is his first title defense on pay-per-view since winning it. But since winning the WWE title, Kofi has been a fighting champion. I mean, he put the belt up against Daniel Bryan a couple weeks ago on Raw, and then a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, he put his belt on the line in a triple threat match against Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. So Kofi Kingston already is the most fightingest WWE champion we've had in a long time. And history at this event favors Kofi. Now here's a huge dangerous fact. WWE titles only change hands 4 times at Money in the Bank. Champions here are 6 and 4. Now, the last time the WWE title changed hands, it made a little bit of history because it changed hands not once, but twice back at the 2016 Money in the Bank event when Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns to become the WWE Champion, and then Dean Ambrose, who won Money in the Bank that same night, cashed in on Rollins to become WWE Champion. So the title hasn't changed hands in nearly 3 years. And the last WWE Champion to retain his belt here at Money in the Bank was AJ Styles last year. So will the fairy tale dream of Kofi Kingston's WWE title run continue, or will the era of KO start? So coming from me in this huge matchup for the WWE title, I wouldn't mind seeing Kevin Owens win this. I really wouldn't. I mean, I would love to see Kevin Owens be, I think, either, I don't know, the first or second guy to hold 4 different world titles in 4 different organizations, NXT, Ring of Honor, Raw, and SmackDown. It would be saying a lot. But coming from me, I picked against Kofi at WrestleMania. There ain't no way I'm picking against him here. I am taking Kofi Kingston to retain the WWE title by any means and defeat Kevin Owens. And now the next matchup. It is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, where the winner of this ladder match will hold a briefcase for either a WWE Championship shot or a Universal shot that they can cash in anytime, anywhere for up to 1 year. Starting off with the competitors. First, he is making his second appearance in a Money in the Bank ladder match, and he won the 2017 Money in the Bank ladder match before unsuccessfully cashing it in 6 days before SummerSlam that same year. The man who defeated Kurt Angle and ended his WWE career. He is the man that everybody hates. He is Baron Corbin. Next, making his third appearance in a Money in the Bank ladder match, he is a former NXT World Champion, a former Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion, and a former TNA World Champion. And he's a lot of people's pick to win this Money in the Bank ladder match this year. He is the Scottish Psychopath, the Chosen One, Drew McIntyre. Next, he is making his debut in this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match, but this isn't his first ladder match. He is the former NXT North American Champion. He is the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion, a former Best of Super Juniors winner. He is the one and only Ricochet. Next, also making his debut in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, he was the Heart and Soul of 205 Live, and he was the first person to defeat Daniel Bryan before Kofi Kingston ever beat Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. He is Ali. Next, he is making only his second appearance in a Money in the Bank ladder match, but this isn't his first ladder match. He is the reigning two-time Intercontinental Champion. He's the real rock and roller Finn Balor. Next, making his debut in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, he is a former NXT Champion. He will be accompanied by his business associate Zelina Vega. He is Andrade Cien Almas. Next, making his fifth appearance in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, he's the only, out of all 8 of these guys, he's the only guy to successfully cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. He did it all the way back in 2013 at SummerSlam to become WWE Champion. He is the Legend Killer. He is the Viper. He is Randy Orton. And finally, making his second consecutive appearance in this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match, he won the briefcase last year and unsuccessfully cashed it in against Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell last October. He is this year's Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, if that means anything anymore. And if you know who it is, it's Strowman! Now, my initial thoughts on this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match is that we got some new blood, which I'm very happy to see. Ricochet, Ali, and Andrade. I think those 3 guys could definitely steal the show. And knowing Ricochet, he's going to do something holy shit. Because when it comes to ladders and Ricochet, he does something. If you remember that NXT North American title ladder match in New Orleans at NXT TakeOver, he will do some crazy shit in this matchup. You got some veterans who have been here before: Orton, Strowman, Corbin, McIntyre, Finn Balor. I think Orton being the only guy out of these 8 to actually cash in the Money in the Bank successfully. And you got last year's and the year after's winners in here, with Strowman, who cashed it in unsuccessfully like an idiot, and Baron Corbin, who cashed it in 6 days before SummerSlam and failed. And it's crazy to think. And here's a huge dangerous fact. The last man to win the Money in the Bank and cash it in successfully was Dean Ambrose, that 2016 year when he became WWE Champion. The men's Money in the Bank winners have been on nearly a 3-year losing streak. So something has got to change this year. Somebody's got to win it, and somebody's got to cash it in successfully against either the Universal Champion or the WWE Champion. So coming from me in this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match, my 2 picks to win is Drew McIntyre. Why I'm picking Drew McIntyre? Because if you remember, when he won the TNA World title, he won a Feast or Fire briefcase, just like a Money in the Bank briefcase, and cashed it in on the champion to become the TNA World Champion. So I think destiny is on the side of the Scottish Psychopath. So my first pick to win is Drew McIntyre. My second pick to win, I'm going to go with Andrade. I think Andrade is the future of SmackDown, the era of Tranquilo. And I think Zelina Vega could definitely pay dividends in maybe helping Andrade win. So my second pick to win this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match is Andrade. And now the next matchup. It is for the Raw Women's Championship. Starting off with the challenger. She is looking to become the next Raw Women's Champion. She is the sassy Southern Belle, and I do declare she is Lacey Evans. And Lacey Evans is challenging the reigning and defending Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, the woman that got it done at WrestleMania 35 in the first ever women's triple threat for both those belts. She is Becky Two Belts herself, the man, Becky Lynch. Now, Lacey Evans is getting a huge opportunity here to become the next Raw Women's Champion. And coming from me, what makes her the #1 contender? She beat Natalya to get this opportunity, but hell, let's be honest here, folks. Everybody's beating Natalya one-on-one on Raw. So she needs to definitely take a seat, because what has really Lacey Evans done since coming to the 2 Monday Night Raw or SmackDown from NXT other than doing this? Coming out, doing the catwalk, going back to the backstage. That's all she did for months. And then when Becky becomes a champion, she starts getting involved. And really, I don't get why she's even getting this shot. I mean, I would have given it to maybe Ruby Riott, who didn't even get a legit shot at that belt when Ronda Rousey was the champion, or give it to, I don't know, Alexa Bliss or anybody else. But Lacey Evans getting this shot, and just her gimmick, I don't like it. I mean, I like her finisher, her finishing move called the Women's Right. I like it, but it's a straight punch to the face. What is she trying to be, like Johnny B. Bad or something, or Ron Garvin, that her finisher is a punch to the face? That's kind of bland. And her attire gimmick is just very, very 1940s, 1950s. I get the whole we can do it women's poster. I definitely respect that, but the gimmick she's bringing out it's making it sound like her husband's Captain America or something. And she's one of those people, like, doing all those... You've seen Captain America with the dancing with the whole red, white, and blue stuff. She dresses like she's stuck in the 40s or something. But, again, this is a big opportunity for her, but honestly, this is a joke. And then on the other side, you have the man Becky Lynch coming off winning both the Raw and SmackDown Women's titles at WrestleMania 35 over Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. This is her first of 2. That's right, folks. She is defending both women's titles in one night, which is making a lot of history, because she is the first woman to do this, but this is not the first time a champion had to defend 2 titles in one night. Now, the last time it happened, you got to go all the way back to Night of Champions in 2015, 4 years ago, when Seth Rollins was the WWE champion and the United States champion, and he had to put both belts on the line against John Cena, which he lost the U.S. title to, and he had to face Sting, which he retained the WWE title. So the man is looking to become the first woman to pull off 2 title defense sweeps. So, coming from me in the first of 2 women's title defenses for the man Becky Lynch, and this one's for the Raw Women's title. If Lacey Evans wins, that crowd will turn on that show and make your head spin. If Lacey Evans wins, that crowd will turn on that whole event so bad, it will be don't be surprised they will hijack the show. So coming from me, I am taking the man Becky Lynch to retain the Raw Women's Championship by any means and defeat Lacey Evans. And now the next matchup, it is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Starting off with the challenger. She is the former SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's looking to regain the gold here. She is the daughter of the WWE Hall of Famer, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! She is Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair is challenging the reigning and defending SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion, once again, Becky Two Belts herself, the man, Becky Lynch. Now, this is Becky Lynch's second title defense in this one night, and she's looking to once again shut down Charlotte Flair once and for all. Now, Charlotte Flair had a legitimate gripe in getting this opportunity, because at WrestleMania, her belt was on the line, but she was not pinned to lose it. That's the downside of a triple threat match or a four-corner survival match, that the champion can lose the belt without even getting pinned. And Charlotte Flair has been bitching about, I never lost, I should be the champion still. But hey, Charlotte, you lost. That's the whole point of a triple threat, winner take all. When it says winner take all, if you don't get pinned, you're losing your belt. But she does have a legitimate gripe at the title. But this is her chance to once again hold the Women's Championship for, I think, the 8th or 9th time. She's already getting closer to her father's 16 world titles, and she's doing it faster than he ever did it. So, coming from me in the second of the 2 title defenses for the man Becky Lynch, and this one's for the SmackDown Women's title, I can see Charlotte winning this. I can see it. I can definitely see it happening. But coming from me, I am going with the man to pull the sweep and retain the SmackDown Women's Championship by any means and defeat Charlotte Flair again. And now the next matchup, it is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match where the winner will be holding a briefcase for either the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship, and they can cash it in on the champion anytime, anywhere for up to 1 year. Starting off with the competitors. First, she is making her 4th straight appearance in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match. She is the former SmackDown Women's Champion. She is the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. Next, making her Money in the Bank debut, Money in the Bank ladder match debut, she really hasn't earned this opportunity, even though she has taken Sasha Banks' spot. She is Dana Brooke. Next, making her 2nd Money in the Bank ladder match appearance. She won it last year, and she went on to cash that in on the same night to become the Raw Women's Champion. She is Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. Next, making her 2nd appearance in a women's Money in the Bank ladder match, she is the former 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion. She is Naomi. Next, making her debut in a women's Money in the Bank ladder match, she is one half of Fire and Desire with her partner Sonya Deville. She is Mandy Rose. Next, also making her debut in this year's women's Money in the Bank ladder match, she is the former Raw Women's Champion. She is Bayley. Next, making her 3rd appearance in a Money in the Bank ladder match, she is the only self-proclaimed 2-time winner of this Money in the Bank ladder match. She won it back in 2017 and cashed in on Charlotte and became the SmackDown Women's Champion. She is Carmella. And finally, making her 2nd appearance in a Money in the Bank ladder match, she is the former NXT Women's Champion. She is the Phenom Ember Moon. Now, my thoughts on this year's women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I mean, you got some new blood here. I mean, you got three newcomers, Dana, Mandy, and Bayley, and you have the rest all been here before, and two successful winners of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match in Bliss and Carmella. The only problem I have with the women's side is Dana Brooke. I'll be honest, and I'm going to be straight up and blunt. Dana Brooke has no business being in this matchup because, one, what has she done since coming to the WWE other than this? And doing flips. That's all she has done since coming from NXT to the WWE. She has done nothing to impress anybody. She has not won on pay-per-view. She hasn't been on pay-per-view ever, other than being part of Titus Worldwide, and that's it. She hasn't won a pay-per-view match. She really hasn't done anything on Raw. She hasn't done anything on SmackDown, if she was even on SmackDown. And really, she's winning matches on main event, which nobody watches. Who the hell watches WWE main event to see Dana Brooke wrestle? Even Sam Roberts roasted her, and some of the stuff that Sam Roberts was saying, and I know a lot of people would say it was a kind of a dick move, was all true, because what has she done to deserve to be here? And the fact that she is taking the spot from Sasha Banks, who is still AWOL from the WWE, and that could be the sign of she's not coming back. She may be going to All Elite. But the fact that Dana Brooke is the replacement for Sasha Banks, they could have put in Nikki Cross or, I don't know, Ruby Riott. But they put Dana Brooke in. And that's maybe my only gripe for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, is that Dana Brooke does not belong in this matchup because she has not earned it. She complained and bitched on Twitter, this and this. And then it's almost like when those tag teams were saying, oh, we're going to leave the AEW. But Vince said, no, we'll give you a title shot. We'll give you some titles so you can stay. It's the same thing now with the women. Dana Brooke complained and bitched on social media, and now she's being put in this matchup, and she could possibly win, and hell would freeze over. So, coming from me, in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, my 2 picks to win are Alexa Bliss, being she won it last year, and I always like to see her with that briefcase, and a moment of bliss. And my 2nd pick to win it is Mandy Rose. I think Mandy Rose could be a dark horse to win it. Maybe her or Bayley. But I'm going to take Mandy Rose to win it. So my 2 picks to win are Alexa Bliss and Mandy Rose. And now the main event for the Universal Championship in a one-on-one dream match. Starting off with the challenger. He is a former 2-time United States Champion, a former 2-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion, a former 4-time TNA World Champion, the first ever X Division Champion, and he was the former longest reigning 2-time WWE champion, and he's looking to become the next Universal champion. And if he's one of my all-time favorites in the wrestling business, and if you know his music, his old music back in TNA, you know who I'm talking about. Get ready for He is
the phenomenal AJ Styles!
And AJ Styles is challenging the reigning and defending Universal Champion, the man who defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 35. He is the Beast Slayer and the King Slayer, and every time his music hits, you know it's time to... He is Seth freaking Rollins. Now, you talk about a one-on-one classic for a world title. This is it. The Phenomenal One versus Seth freaking Rollins. This one's going to be a classic. Now, starting off with AJ Styles first, he was one of the big moves for the Monday Night Raw during the now non-existent Superstar shakeup, and AJ Styles became the #1 contender for the Universal title by winning a triple threat match, over Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio, and defeating Baron Corbin to earn this opportunity. And once again, AJ Styles is in another title opportunity. I think this is his second shot at a world title. He had a shot against Kofi Kingston's WWE title a couple weeks ago, and now he's got a shot at the Universal title. And he's looking to make the Universal title phenomenal. And he's looking to win. He's looking to become the next Universal Champion. Then on your side, you have Seth Rollins coming off his biggest win at WrestleMania, defeating Brock Lesnar, ending the reign of Brock Lesnar as Universal Champion. This is his first title defense since winning the belt on pay-per-view. Now, with the biggest news of the day, biggest news coming in is that Brock Lesnar is not going to go to the UFC. He is retired from mixed martial arts, and that only means, and I hate even saying this, is that Brock Lesnar could be coming back to the WWE. And whoever comes out of this matchup, the Universal Champion, or whoever comes out of the WWE Championship, the Beast Incarnate is coming, and he's looking to take the belt, and we won't see him for the next 7 months. So keep that in mind. But this is a dream matchup. I mean, you have AJ Styles, who is still easily the greatest wrestler on the planet, against Seth Rollins, who is quite possibly the best wrestler on Monday Night Raw and in the WWE. So this is a dream one-on-one showdown. So coming from me in this huge main event matchup for the Universal title, it's the Phenomenal Forearm versus the Curb Stomp. It is the Falcon Arrow versus the Styles Clash. This one's going to be good. One mistake could definitely be the end for any one of these guys. But coming from me, as much as I would love to see AJ Styles win another World Championship, I think it's too early. So I'm going to take Seth Rollins to retain the Universal Championship by any means and defeat the phenomenal AJ Styles. And those are my Money in the Bank 2019 predictions. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below, who do you have winning the Universal title between AJ Styles and Seth Rollins? Who do you have winning the WWE title between Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens? And do you see Becky Lynch defending and retaining both belts, losing one belt, or losing both belts? Let me know in the comment section below your picks and your opinions. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video. Now, before you guys go, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance, and I will see you guys next week for my first official All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing 2019 predictions. Alpha versus Omega 2. Later days, guys, and peace. All Elite. All Elite.